There's a beautiful story. Once, you see, there was a great Rishi, and he was in deep meditation, and he was very deep, growing in his spirituality. And Lord Indra saw that, and he became very unstable. And he was thinking, how can I stop this Rishi to meditate? So what he did, he had a plan. He came, disguised himself as a hunter. Of course, a hunter have a bow and arrow. So he came to the Rishi's ashram. So the Rishi was meditating and waited. When the Rishi was finished his meditation, he approached the Rishi with reverence. He bowed down to him. And he said to him, please, I'm going on a pilgrimage, on a spiritual journey. Would you please keep this bow and arrow in your ashram? When I come back, I will get it back. So the Rishi, when he saw the bow and arrow, he said, this is a weapon to kill the animal. No, I can't do that. Indra, in disguise as a hunter, said, but please, you don't need to put it in front. You can have it behind your hut. Like that, you would not see it. But you see, the Rishi was very compassionate. He could not say no to the hunter. So he took the bow and arrow, said, okay, it's a good place. Put it behind the hut, because I don't go there. So then the hunter left. So the Rishi, from that moment, you see, he always meditate and then he go for a walk afterwards. So every time when he would finish his walk, he always passed by and he saw the bow and arrow. Of course, he tried to say no to that. After some times, as the Rishi, before he became a Rishi, he used to be a king who have taken Vanapashta. And when he was a king, he was a very good archer. So, seeing the arrow, the samskaras start to jump inside of his mind. Start to say, okay, let me. So one fine day, he said, let me try to see, let me try this arrow. So he tried it out of curiosity. So he shot an arrow and he saw the flexibility of the bow, and he saw how good and how fast is that arrow. And I was very impressed. And from that moment on, that samskaras start to awake inside of him. So he start to shoot, to become, to start to practice more. And from Rishi, he became a hunter himself. So you understand how the mind works, you see. When we talk bad about others, it is our own insecurity that we are reflecting upon. When you start to see that it's not in other people, actually it is in yourself, and you do everything to transform it and change it, you will see that you will be able to get rid of that. But firstly, you should not attach yourself to that. And note one thing. Once the bad thing you talk about other people is out, the wind carried everywhere. You can't bring it back. Bear that in mind, And of course, you see, transform your mind itself, to be positive. And look at the people who is an image of Krishna himself, Bear in mind that it is only him inside. Even if the people that you meet, it is sometimes very grumpy and not, nice to you, you be nice to them. If they are not nice to you, it's their problem. Doesn't bother about that. But don't become like them. Watch your mind and watch your heart, because it's also the heart, not only the mind. The mind is one thing. The mind is running towards the outside with all the senses. But watch your feeling also, because you see, when you do something bad like that, you will never feel good. You may think that by talking ill about others, you may think, yes, you are doing something good, but sooner or later, you will have the repercussion of that also. So don't waste your time upon that. And be as a watchful of your mind, because a little bit of leniency, the mind will go back into its own state, and it will make you dance in its tune. So don't dance in the tune of your mind. Dance in the tune of the positive and the good feeling from your heart.